What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be reviewing some cards that I want to submit to PSA. It is currently May 2nd. The Dallas card show is currently happening and PSA is actually there this time, so they're doing a PSA drop off, so it's a perfect opportunity for us to go down there, drop off some singles that we've been holding on to for a while now, and then get these graded. So we're gonna review the cards that we're doing here today, and then we'll go over there to Dallas card show and go drop these off. I actually have multiple stacks that I want to submit, but each one's gonna be its own separate video. For this video, we're gonna focus more on my modern cards here. It's about 30 or so cards, so obviously the goal is to get as many 10s as possible, because we all know in the modern era, if it's not a 10, it essentially sells for raw value. So that's the goal. So let's review these cards, and then we'll get over to Dallas card show and go submit these at PSA. And don't worry, guys, I'm not going to make you guys wait the 65 business days that is currently taking PSA to turn around these cards. We're going to see everything in the same video. So like I said, it's May 2nd where I'm going to go submit these, and we'll find out how long it takes them to actually get these back. But you'll see everything in the same video. So I'm going to show you the cards right now, and then we'll see the results on the second half of this video. First card we have is the Charizard VMAX. Looks pretty good. There is a slight speck up there, but I think it's good enough to get by. So we'll do one of those. We got a big boy Umbreon EX. Funny enough, this is actually one that I didn't pull. I bought this earlier this year. I sent it in to get grading. It got a 9 because they dinged it for some little like slight dent on the bottom right corner. But I ended up cracking this and we got it fixed. There's a local guy named POV that cleans cards and, you know, quote unquote fixes them. We did that, so we're gonna resubmit this and see if it actually can 10 this time. Hopefully it does, right? I think if this 10s, it's pretty much gonna pay for the whole pile in terms of the grading fees and what I paid for the card. So this is a big one that we need to 10. We also have the Umbreon Japanese EX here. Looks very clean from the front. Japanese always gives me a difficult time on the backside. I guess I'm not an expert when it comes to grading, especially Japanese, so it's kind of hard for me to tell, but it looks good. I mean, we'll find out, right? And then we got some Crown Zenith stuff here, some golds, the Palkia V-Star. Crown Zenith is definitely one of my top sets from the Sword and Shield era. Arceus V-Star. A general rule of thumb is, from what people tell me that grade a lot, is definitely focus on ones that have little to no whitening at all on the back. The centering obviously is very important as well. They did switch up their results, or their standard, right? It used to be, I believe, 60-40 in the front, and they switched it up to 55-45 now. So they're a little bit more strict now, but all of these, I think, meet the requirements. The Giratina V-Star here, pretty clean. The Dialga V-Star as well, pretty clean. No whitening. All right, this is probably the one that I am not 100% sure if I should submit or not, but I think I'm going to take the gamble. It has a very slight ding up there, little white speck. It actually has two, one there, but other than that, that's literally all it has from what I can tell. Not sure if this one might not 10, but we're just gonna send it because this is like what, a $200 raw card right now. If it comes back a 10, we're looking close to like $700-800, so I think it's kind of worth the risk there. Gengar VMAX as well. Centering looks pretty spot on. The back looks pretty well, as you know, so we'll see how this one does. Umbreon VMAX, another one, looks very clean. We got some Unagaba EVs here. We got the Espeon. We got an EV. Flareon. Umbreon. And then the Vaporeon. So got a Mewtwo GX here. This one is, I'm not going to say it's older, but it is the Sun and Moon era from Hidden Fates. These ones are always a little bit difficult because of the bordering in here, but I think the Sun and Moon and below eventually is going to start getting to the point that 9s will start to hold a little bit more value than raw. So I think this one's a safe bet to submit. Mewtwo V-Star, also a very, very popular one. If this one 10s, I might just end up keeping it because it's actually a very, very clean card. I love the artwork on this one, and then I want the Charizard version as well. So we'll see if that one comes back a 10. Lugia V, another great card from Silver Tempest. The back looks pretty damn good. Centering in the front looks pretty good, but you never know with PSA, right? They might see something that we don't, but that's also a very, very good one. I think that first half there is pretty much the big hits that, you know, we potentially, besides the Unagabas, I guess, but a lot of those, you know, you're looking at a good value back if you get 10s. Then we got a Suicune V, also another one from Crown Zenith. Telling you, man, Crown Zenith has amazing cards. Rayquaza VMAX, can't go wrong with the Rayquaza VMAX. This one's cool. Roaring Moon, we're getting into some Scarlet and Violet stuff here. Slowpoke, Deoxys VMAX, this one also looks pretty good. Pikachu V. So if you've noticed, if you haven't noticed, I guess a lot of these have very little to no whitening at all. There's a couple of them that do have like a speck or so, but I think it's worth the gamble. But general rule of thumb is definitely try to focus on things that do not have any whitening here. We got an Umbreon, we got a Squirtle here. I think the 151 stuff will be a great, you know, set to hold on to long term, you know, because it's the original 151. So there's a lot of nostalgia with this set. A lot of people came back to the hobby because of this set. So a lot of it's dipping down right now. So it might be a great opportunity for you guys to start picking these up. So hopefully we get a 10 in this. Snorlax, the gold Snorlax, centering looks great. Back looks great. So we'll see what that one does. Boss's Orders with the new Destined Rivals and Team Rocket stuff. You know, this one probably will do very well. It's one of the best looking Giovanni cards in my opinion. So this one's going to be great. And we got a Charizard, full art Charizard. This one's really clean too. It's about a $30 card right now, and I think a PSA 10 goes for like 120 bucks. So it's a good card. And then we have two Raikus, my favorite out of the three dogs. These look clean. I think these, in my opinion, will be $200 plus cards in the future. So we'll see what these do. So there you have it. It's about 32 cards we're going to submit. There's actually 3 cards that we have at Beckett right now that I decided to RCR, which stands for Raw Card Review. So they pretty much pay 25 bucks. They take a look at it, and they'll give you a what they think will grade. So it's a good way, especially with Beckett, right? Because you don't want to spend 100 bucks to get something graded and it comes back like a 9.5. So if you know, pay 25 bucks, if it comes back a 10, maybe you submit it. If it comes back less than that, then obviously you don't. So I think it's a great way to do it, just to kind of save some money in the long term. I have 3 cards over there. It's a Charizard VMAX, the rainbow one. We have a Espeon VMAX and a Rayquaza V. I RCR those. I should get those back today. If they don't get like a 10 or better, I'm just gonna submit them in this pile. So we'll see what they get. They looked really clean. I'm shooting for the black label on those. Let's head over there right now and go submit these. First one here, Espeon VMAX. 9.5. So we're just gonna submit that with the other stuff there. So here we got the Charizard 9. Wow, and I really thought this was clean. I guess not. And the last one, Rayquaza V, 9.5. What a shame. So we're just gonna add these to the pile that we're gonna submit to PSA. So we got our stuff here. Gonna get ready to drop it off. We dropped off the PSA slabs, and fast forward to whenever we get them. Today is May 2nd, so we'll see when we get them. And as promised, this is the second half, the reveal of our grades. It took exactly 107 days to get these cards back. It is August 17th. We submitted these back in May 2nd, I believe. So it's been about 3 months and a couple of weeks. It took a long time. So that's kind of why typically I don't grade. I'm usually very impatient. I hate waiting very, very long times. But we finally got them. These two actually came in the mail earlier this week. They didn't come with the other ones because these were graded separately. Well, they were submitted all at the same time, but since these were higher tier, they had to be separate, and they sent these out before they did these. So let's reveal these 2 cards first, and then we can get into the box there. this first one up. Let's see what we have here. How do I do this? Like that. Okay. The Umbreon EX. So I bought this at the beginning of the year at the Dallas Card Show. At the time, this was valued at around $1,500. Obviously, it paid a little less than that, but this was a gamble. Obviously, this card has gone down a lot in value since then. So it's pretty much a 10 or bust at this point, because if it gets a 9 again, it essentially sells for raw value, and I think they're down to $800, $900 now. So it'll be a huge L. So we'll see what we get here. Oh. Fail. PSA 9. So unfortunately, we took a loss on this. Not every card is always gonna be successful, right? I mean, we needed to get a 10 on this to make our money back and some, and unfortunately got a 9 again. Unfortunately, lost money on that one. It is what it is. It happens. All right, next one here. Umbreon again, but this is the Japanese terrestrial. In this one, we got there we go, a 10. So at least we will make a little bit of money back on this. And then I'll add up everything at the very end as well. How much money we spent to grade everything, and if we became profitable or not. Obviously, prices have changed a lot since I submitted these. This was back at the beginning of May. We saw another huge boom towards the end of May. So let's look through these here. Let's look at this first. We'll do stacks of 9, or we'll do stacks of 10 here, stacks of 9 here, and let's just kind of go through it. So the Unagaba Vaporeon. I had a hard time pronouncing this for a while. Unagaba. I think I got it now. A 10. Woo! So I don't think I submitted the full set, but we'll see. Lugia V. This is a big one, because when I bought this was valued. They were about like $200 raw, and a PSA 10 at the time were going for about $600 or so. I think last time I checked, these were creeping up $1,000. So they are going up in value. So this was a big one. Let's see if we get a 10 on this one. Let's go, baby. PSA 10. That's a huge win. Like I said, these have been going up like crazy. I sold one at the last show for about $1,000. So we'll see. I'll make sure to update and see what the prices are going for as of today. But that's a huge win right there. Let's go. Squirtle from 151. Illustration rare. Up 9. Again, I mean, those very like that one nick there, that's literally all I see, and that's just enough. It just goes to show that PSA is getting a lot more harsher in grading, because honestly, that's a 10 all day before they change their standard. Suicune V, what do we have here? A 9. Lame. This one, I literally don't see any edge, any corners or anything like that. Huh. That's crazy. All right, moving on. Raikou V. I think I submitted the full trio here. So nice. Raikou V, PSA 10. This is one of my favorite ones out of the dogs. I like the Raikou. He's pretty sweet. Another Raikou. 9. All right. So far we're like even 4 9s and 4 10s. Let's see if we can get like a 50-60% hit rate. We'll see what we do. Espeon VMAX, another big one that's also gone up in value a lot since May. Boom, PSA 10. Let's go. That one's good there. Rayquaza V. So I think the Espeon 2 or the VMAX, I'll have to double check, but 2 of these I thought were the absolute cleanest cards I've ever seen in my life. This Rayquaza V, the centering looked immaculate. I have never seen something better, and I submitted these to Beckett, and they gave me, what was it, like a 9.59? I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was actually crazy that they gave me that. So I just, didn't do Beckett, obviously, and submitted with PSA, and we got a bang, PSA 10. Another one that has gone up tremendous in value since we graded these. Let me look at the centering on this, man. I thought this card was literally flawless. I have no idea how people get black labels in English Pokemon, because it's actually insane. Deoxys VMAX, we got there we go, 10. We're heating up now. I don't think that one's gone up too much lately, but Umbreon V from Brilliant Stars, one of my favorite sets from Sword and Shield. 9. Damn, I see no nicks or anything in the back. Like, why are these 9s? Is it because of the centering? Those look clean. Umbreon from Unagaba. Oof, this would have been a good one. 9. Another Unagaba here. Flareon. 8. Whoa. Might as well throw this away, right? No. That's crazy. An 8. We'll just throw this over here for Roaring Moon EX. Another good one from, what is this? Paradox Rift. PSA 10. There we go. That's a good one there. Right now, I think PSA 10s have the lead. Snorlax from Chilling Reign. The gold Snorlax. 10. Let's go. Another clean copy. We're winning today. Charizard EX. I love this full art. It looks absolutely amazing. From 151. Let's go. I already have this in my PC, but that's a cool one there. Rayquaza VMAX value. Oh, 9. Man, I see no corners. Usually the corners is what's gonna do, you know, get you really. I mean, this has to be ever so slightly off-centered because it looks good. 9 on that one. Garchomp V from Astro Radiance, another popular one that has been going up a lot. 10. Let's go. Nice. We are killing it right now. Slowpoke, money anyways, and it's a 9. So yeah, this one is a fat L as well. Lost money on that one after buying the card, grading fees, etc. Pikachu V, Lost Origin, 9. I mean, obviously we always think everything's a 10, right? Boss's Orders. This one also was going up because of the Team Rocket set before we submitted this. Not sure where they're at today. We'll double check. But the Boss's Order from Rebel Clash is PSA 10. This one's nice. I don't know. I might contemplate keeping this one. It's pretty cool. Awesome. So the 10 stack currently is winning as opposed to the 9. So let's move on to the second box. This is our second stack. I think it was a total of 33 cards in total we submitted. 35. So let's see if we can keep the streak going here. Gengar VMAX. This is a big one. It's a big one because this one has gone crazy. I think when I submitted this, raw value was creeping up on a, you know, $400, I think. PSA 10s were, I think, just barely crossing 1,000. I think. I can't remember exactly. But funny enough, I actually submitted this the first time and it got a 9. And I don't know why. It literally looked great. I was like, you know what? This is worth the risk. We got to submit this again because it's a Gengar and they've gone crazy. So this will be a huge one if we get a 10 because these are crazy. I think they're creeping up, you know, almost, you know, $1,500 plus, maybe 2,000. We'll see. Wow. Gengar VMAX PSA 10. That is a huge one. Nice. That is a dub right there, man. That's a huge one. Charizard VMAX from Shining Fates. 9. Okay, I see the nick there. Nick there. So maybe that wasn't the smartest one to submit, but you have to give it a try, you know. Umbreon VMAX from Brilliant Stars. Another cool one. PSA 10. Let's go. What we got next here? Palkia V-Star. The golds from Crown Zenith, which I think are undervalued in my opinion. I think Crown Zenith has a lot of great hits. 9. Unfortunate there. I do see a little nick on that bottom corner. Before they changed their standard, those little nicks were, you know, you could probably get away with it. They definitely a lot harsher nowadays. The Unagaba Espeon. 9. Damn, our Unagabas are getting destroyed. We've only had one so far. Hit a 10. Dialga V-Star. Another Crown Zenith hit. 9. Damn, our 2 golds. I think I had another one in there. I think I sent the full set in. I think. Another Unagaba Eevee. 10. We got an Eevee. Or was it the Vaporeon, right? That were 10s. Mewtwo GX. These are typically hard to get 10s because of the centering factor. I mean, it's super hard to tell. I mean, this one here did look a little bottom heavy, but I wanted to risk it and see what we got. 9. All right. Not bad. The good thing about this, so this is an older set, obviously not super old, but in my opinion, Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield and up, you have to get a 10 to make your value right now. Sun and Moon and below, 9s are starting to creep up, and they're starting to be worth more than raw value. So this is not a huge loss in my opinion. We'll double check on that. Uh-oh, this 9 stack is catching up. Mewtwo V-Star, another one of my favorites from Crown Zenith. 10, baby, let's go. Love that card. Love that one in pair with the Charizard. Charizard VMAX, another big one from Champion's Path. Let's go. Wait, 10. Keep them coming. So far, all our big ones, we've gotten 10s, except a couple few ones. Arceus V-Star, so we did submit the full sets. I do think I have a Giratina in here. A 9. What? I mean, I guess little top heavy there. I thought I can get away with it, but unfortunately not. Giratina V-Star. This was to complete the full set. At least we got a 10 on the best one, right? The Giratina V-Star, PSA 10. Unfortunately, we got 9s on the other ones, but that is the huge one there. And then a Charizard from 151 SIR. This one would also be a great 10, because actually, these have gone down in value since I submitted this. So, we'll see. The raw ones definitely went down a lot in value, because they were creeping up almost to $300 raw, and now I think they're down to $210. Oh, a 9. Unfortunate there. All right, so if we compare our stacks, it's almost a 50-50. So half our stack got 10s. This other half got 9s, or one random 8. We got more 10s than we got 9s. So let's take a look on how much I paid to submit these cards here. PSA charged me a total of $754 to submit all these. Some of them did get a little small upcharge based off the grade, because we know PSA upcharges you if you get a 10 on certain values and up. So let's see, the Charizard VMAX, $19. I think I did the $18.99 for most of these, which was the bulk submission. So the ones in highlighted yellow, I believe, is what they upcharged me on. So pretty much these here got $1 upcharge. The Espeon, Rayquaza, Charizard VMAX. Everything else seems to be $18.99. Here's a pretty big one. Lugia V, a $50 upcharge because it got a 10. And I think that's when it crossed the threshold of close to $1,000. It might be higher, to be honest. $50 extra. So they charged me what? $30 more to get that graded, and I got a 10. Crown Zenith $1 more. Everything else $18.99. Here it is. Umbreon VMAX from or no, the Umbreon got $18.99. The terrestrial one, $59.99. So $10 more than the Lugia for the Gengar VMAX. So they charged me $40 extra to get that graded. Everything else seems about $1 extra on the Giratina V-Star. Everything else is pretty much what I paid to get it submitted. So in total, our total amount for submitting this lot here is $754 to submit this, which is kind of crazy, but I believe we made money anyways. Regardless, I will have it on the screen. Total amount of money spent to grade, total value of the cards we have today. Be on the lookout. I will be doing more of these. I have another submission with Megas coming soon, and then we're going to do another tag team submission. We're going to do a Dragon Ball submission. We're going to be doing these a little bit more often. So I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time.